Gurubhyo Namah. All right. So, very, very unique topic that I will be discussing with you people today. I'm sure you would not have heard it, prior to this anywhere in the YouTube. And this topic is very close to my heart. Many predictions I have given in my life based on this topic, which I'm going to teach you people today. There are chances that since you people, some of you are, beginners in the world of Jyotish, I might take 2 lectures to complete this topic. So I'm not going to hurry, and I'm not going to assume that you know many things, right? So I'll try and teach you like a toddler, right? So that you can understand this topic deeply. How many of you have heard of the word Dagdha? I'll just type it for you. Dagdha. Dagdha. Okay. Dagdha. Okay. How many of you have heard of the word Dagdha? Uh, I'm just trying to type. It's not going. I don't know why. Okay. Dagdha. Have you heard of the word Dagdha? Okay. There are something known as Dagdha Rashis. But how many of you have heard of this is a Nakshatra class, this is not a Rashi class. How many of you have heard of something known as Dagdha Nakshatras? Okay, just like Rashis, we also have something known as Dagdha Nakshatras. Right? How many of you have heard if you've said yes to Rashis, how many of you have heard Dagdha Nakshatras? Anyone who heard of Dagdha Nakshatras? Right. Now, let me first tell you the meaning of Dagdha. In a very layman term, word Dagdha means fire. Dagdha means burning. Okay. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, every horoscope, except if you are born on Amavasya and Purnima, you will not have Dagda Rashis, but every other person who's born between these tithis of Amavasya and Purnima will have Dagda Rashis. What exactly is the meaning of Dagda Rashi? I will teach you in a very technical, very easy way. Rather than you research something now, I want you to give me your 100% focus, right? Okay, so that I can teach you this very, very strong concept which will help you a lot. You see, the first thing I will teach you Dagda Tithis, based on which I'll teach you about Dagda Rashis, and then I'll teach you about Dagda Nakshatras and their applications. Whenever you have a planet sitting on Dagda Rashi or in the Dagda Rashi, imagine that planet is on a frying pan. It's burning, absolutely burning. If your moon is in the Dagda Rashi, what does that mean? It means that you have burning desires. Burning desires. And you want to bring revolution, you want to change everything with whatever house cusp that planet belongs to, means that planet is lord of. I'll give you some examples too. But how are Dagda Rashis formed, in a horoscope. I'll just make a horoscope of this time right now, and I'll show you how to recognize Dagda Rashis and how it works. So I've just made a kundli, a Prashna kundli right now, right? And I'm going to share my PL software right away. You see, 4th October 2025, 21:37 p.m. 54 seconds right now. You see all the screen, you see all the 12 zodiac signs, but there are two zodiac signs that are written red in color. They are red. Otherwise, you see all other zodiac signs are black in color. Did you see that on the screen? You see the Rashi Taurus and Leo are written red. Remaining 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, all are written in black. These two Rashis for a person born right now are Dagda Rashis, and the planets like Venus and Ketu are sitting on the Dagda Rashi, which is Leo. How do we activate this? Go to advanced options, right click, okay, and it will show, okay. So we've got, see, it says chart style preferences, mark Dagda Rashis. So if you tick on this, your software will show you Dagda Rashi written red in color. How did I bring this in PL? Right click, advanced options, mark Dagda Rashis, and the software will automatically show on your Kundli Dagda Rashis. All you have to check is the planets sitting on the Dagda Rashi, but there is something known as Dagda Nakshatras as well, which I will teach, after I tell you what is a Dagda Rashi. And there is a special video on YouTube, which I'll share in the group with Richaji. She's my real sister, to whom I have, coached, mentored, and trained in Jyotish personally, sitting next to me. I've taught her Jyotish for 3 years. She's my real sister. And she also has a channel known as Rich Astrovision. And I have done a video on her channel. And I'll share the link so that you can understand the examples of various charts, how Dagda Rashis work. But what exactly is Dagda? Before you know Dagda, you know it is a Rashi based concept or it is a Nakshatra based concept. It's not house based. So Rashis can be Dagda, Nakshatras can be Dagda. The word Dagda means fire. The word Dagda means Agni, which means purity. And when you're on fire, you're not sitting, you're jumping, you're running here and there to achieve certain things in life. I have my Jupiter and Saturn on Dagda. I'll tell you what does that mean. So before you understand Dagda Rashi, it is very important for you to understand what is a Tithi. Like every day, there is a Panchanga message that comes to you in our community post, in a community post, and it says Tithi. There are 5 limbs of Panchanga. We have Tithi, we have Vara, we have Nakshatra, huh? We have Yoga, we have Karna. So, Vara, the day is your energy, and Tithi is relationship. So, the day on which you are born tells me the energy that you carry, and the Tithi on which you are born tells us the way you will keep relationships in your life. For an example, I give you a very small example. What is the Tithi today? What is the Tithi today? Tell me. You must be knowing, you must have read the Panchanga. What is the Tithi today? Dwadashi. What was the Tithi yesterday? Many students fasted. Ekadashi. Yesterday was Ekadashi, right? And there is something known as Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha. So we are heading towards Purnima. So this is a Shukla Paksha. The moon is being, becoming larger, 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 and then it will become a full moon. Huh? So when you are born on an Ekadashi Tithi, Shukla Paksha, yesterday. Suppose yesterday someone was born. Why I'm telling this? Because I was born on Shukla Ekadashi. Shukla Paksha Ekadashi Tithi. And who is Lord of Ekadashi Tithi? There are planetary associations with each Tithi. Very, very simple. Like first Tithi is known as Pratipada. For the Lord is Surya. Then Dwadashi, Dvitiya Tithi, not Dwadashi, Dvitiya Tithi. Huh? Dvitiya Tithi means sun, then moon, then Tritiya Mars, and so on. Chaturthi is Mercury, Ganpati. That's why we pray to Ganpati. Panchami is Jupiter. Shashti is Shukra. Saptami is Shani, and so on. We have tithis with lordship. Similarly, Ekadashi, Mangal. So अगर आप किसी को जानना चाहते हो ना वो अपने relationships कैसे रखता है, how does that person keeps his relationships, simply identify the planet associated with Tithi and see in the horoscope, in the Lagna Kundli, if it is afflicted or not. If that Mars is very powerfully placed in my horoscope, it is not sitting with Rahu, it is not sitting with Shani, then I can keep my relationships well. But if the Lord, the planet associated with the Tithi is afflicted, it is a straight shot that these people will not be able to keep their relationships well. And what is Mars? Very passionate. So I'm passionate about you people. I'm passionate about the relationships. If you're born on Saptami Tithi, then what will happen? Shani Maharaj uske swami hai. So you are naturally dry in your relationships. Because आपका relationship का Swami, who is the Lord of your relationships? Saturn. Because you are born on Saptami. People with born on Chaturthi Tithi, fourth, which is associated with Mercury, they are very good in business relations. Until and unless Mercury is not afflicted. If Mercury is afflicted, means Mercury is with Ketu. Then they will never stand on their commitment. Because what is Ketu? Ketu is isolation. Ketu is something that will change. And when Mercury is there, Mercury is your communication. So changing of communication means आपने कुछ बोला किया कुछ और. You said I will do this, but then later on you did not do. That is what Mercury Ketu. Mercury Rahu. So easily you can, if you're especially you are matching somebody's horoscope or you're doing a birth time rectification or you're looking for a spouse, will he be a good man in relationship building, not only with you, with your family, with your extended family, with your children? Just look at in which tithi he is born and the planet associated with tithi. What is the position? Uska jo hai, what is the status of that planet in your horoscope? It will tell you that how is the relationship. So if you are born in Saptami, I can expect that you can be little dry in relationship keeping. Because why dry? Why cold? Because Saturn is dry and cold. The temperature on Saturn is minus, minus, minus. Saturn is very cold. Jupiter is like always trying to keep a very learned kind of an experience. Well, I'm not talking about all the traits, but I want to tell you that there's something known as Tithi. What is the technical term of Tithi? Tithi is nothing but it is a relationship between sun and moon, mother and father, Shiva and Shakti. And that relationship is an angular relationship. Angular relationship. Because all the relationships in the sky are with respect to an angle. Like your ascendant is an angle towards the extreme horizon of the east direction when you were born. That becomes your ascendant degree. Everything that you talk about in the sky has a relationship with respect to some angle. This degree, this minute. This degree, this minute. Even exaltation is an angle. Debilitation is an angle. Retrogression is an angle. Because they all have a degree. When they have a degree, it means it is an angular relationship. That is also clear to you people. Right? अभी तक जो मैं बोल रहा हूं आपको समझ में आ रहा है? Give me a thumbs up. Right? So that you're with me. Now, let me tell you how you have Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha. So imagine, hmm? So imagine that this is our mother earth. This is earth. Okay? I'll write here earth. Okay? Suppose here we have sun. Hmm? So when this world was created, when this world was created, moon was with the sun, or you can say it was here, overlapping. This was moon. This is Shiva. This is Shakti. And you know that sun and moon both are luminaries. They need light of each other. The moon doesn't have its own light. You studied in fifth class. Moon takes light from sun. Okay. When sun and moon are together with the exact same degree, this is known as Amavasya. Amavasya. That means the moon is behind the sun or with overlapping the sun, and the sun is not able to give light to the moon. And it's dark in the sky. No presence of the moon. Known as Amavasya. Now, with respect to the earth, moon start moving. And it moves 12 degrees every day. 12 degree moon travels every day. So in 30 days it will travel the complete zodiac circle of 360 degrees, which is a complete circle. 360 divided by 30 is 12 degrees, right? So what is a tithi? Tithi means when sun and moon are 12 degrees apart, it makes one tithi. So what will happen? Moon will start moving from this direction to like this. So moon is now here. So this is moon number 1. So relationship, this distance is known as 12 degrees. Then next day, moon comes here. I think I have to make a better moon. Okay. So moon comes here. Then moon comes here. Suddenly, as it is going away from sun, its light is slowly increasing. Here, it's going here, it's going here, it's going here, and here. Here, after 14 such days, comes directly here. When sun and moon are directly opposite to each other, and sun gives 100% light to moon, is known as Purnima, full moon. Huh? And this, from going away to completion of 100% moon, is known as Shukla Paksha. Shukla Paksha, the rising moon, which is right now. You see it on the Panchanga, Shukla Paksha. And then from here, it starts another travel and starts going towards the sun again. And suddenly, as it is going close, 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 its lights keep on decreasing. And then when it goes exactly behind, it is Amavasya. And this is Krishna Paksha. Huh? This is increasing moon. This is decreasing moon. And then we have 14 tithis here, 14 tithis here, one Amavasya and one Purnima. 30 days are done. Right? Slowly, slowly, the light goes and this completely vanishes on the day of Amavasya. So the first tithi is known as Pratipada, the second tithi is Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashmi, which was Dussehra, Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, 14th lunar day, and then Amavasya. Then again, Pratipada of the, huh? Then Pratipada, then Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, and then up to Amavasya. This is Purnima. So today we are where? Today we are in which tithi? Dwadashi. So Dwadashi may be 12, so here we are, Dwadashi, 12, 13, 14, and this is Purnima. है ना? पूर्णिमा आ जाएगी. द्वादशी, त्रयोदशी, चतुर्दशी and Purnima. And then again, first Pratipada, Dvitiya and so on. And this entire circle is known as Krishna Paksh and Shukla Paksh. And each angle between sun and moon is 12 degree, then again 12 degree, then again 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 180 degree, and then again 12, 12, 360 degree. 360 degree is also known as 0 degree. 360 degree and 0 degree is the same. How many of you understood this thing? Clear? Clear? Toddler thing? Right? You understood this thing? पहले समझ में आया था कभी ऐसे? Did you understand Krishna Paksh, Shukla Paksh? ऐसे समझ में आया था? Was this the same thing in your mind about the Krishna Paksh, Shukla Paksh? Amavasya, Purnima. Now this is easy, right? This is easy. Very easy. 12, 12, 12, 12 degree. So now if somebody will tell you what is a tithi, you will say it's a angle between sun and moon, 12 degrees. Every day, moon will move 12 degrees. It will reach to a point, will be exactly opposite to the sun. That's Purnima. And when it's behind or exactly overlapping the sun, it's Amavasya. So when it is increasing, Shukla Paksh, when it is decreasing, Krishna Paksh. Peanuts. Peanuts. Very easy. No problem. Crystal clear. Because of the light, because you see, this moon is technically also moving in 30 degree of pockets, 30 degree each, 30 degree each, 30 degree each, known as Rashis, known as zodiac signs, which are virtual division. And because of this reflection of 12 degrees on sun, between sun and moon, there's a light that goes and it reflects on the earth. Because of this reflection, we can see the light of the moon, we can see light of the sun, because anything which is lightning is because of a reflection. So चंद्रमा पे लाइट जाती है, रिफ्लेक्ट होके धरती पे आती है, which affects your super brains. That is why there are special duty of doctors on Amavasya and Purnima in the mental hospitals. All the psycho doctors, no leave on Amavasya and Purnima. Why? Because the mind is going to blast. It's going to blast that day. समुद्र में ज्वार भाटा आता है. What do you call ज्वार भाटा in English? High tide and low tide. Purnima night, very high tide in the sky. If you know someone who's a sailor, he could tell you what how difficult is the full moon night in the sea. The tides are very high, and those tides are actually your mental tides. Here, so that is why I tell my students to fast on the day of Purnima, so that that very strong moon, which is on a very high tide, settles down. And that is why I say my students to fast on Triyodashi and Chaturdashi also, Shiv Mahapuran. So that when you are so low, when your mind doesn't have an existence, still you can survive. And that is why when the positive energy of the moon is not in the sky, all the tantric people, they will try to do all the black magic on the day of Amavasya. Because moon is Krishna. If moon is little bit moon is there in the sky, it will not let the black magic to work. Because Krishna will protect you by holding the mountain on his little finger and nothing will come to you. He has ability to protect. But when you have Amavasya, that is why Diwali night we prepare Lakshmi yantras. We use some tantric mantras so that if you have it in your destiny or you don't have it in your destiny, you get result. Because Kali Yuga is like some things you want forcefully. That is why we use positive tantric mantras so that we can give you something at least for the next Amavasya. And you know what? On Diwali day, what happens is Surya is also debilitated. That means exaltation means ethics. Debility means no ethics. By hook or by crook, you want to achieve something that will be achieved by Neech ke graha, debilitated planets. When you have exalted planets, you will achieve things in life only by ethics. Uchatam Neechatam Raj Yogam means if a planet is exalted or a planet is debilitated, both ways it is going to give you a Raj Yoga. One with ethics, the other one without ethics. You'll achieve super success with exaltation as well as debilitation. One with ethics, the other one without ethics. So when this angle falls on the Mother Earth, every single tithi creates a burning effect on the Rashis, on the zodiac signs. That light gives extra fire on the on the on what? On Rashis, those zodiac signs. And every tithi it activates minimum two zodiac signs on Dagdha. Like the kind of fire which is coming from the sun. Now that fires is also reflecting on a sign, on a zodiac sign, and making them as Dagdha Rashis. So what I'll do is, for you people, since you are my toddlers, I will write the tithis, and opposite to the tithis, I will write the Rashis that gets Dagdha. So that if you look at your horoscope, and if you open your tithi in which you are born, you can find out that which two zodiac signs are burning in my horoscope. And do I have any planets on those burning signs? If yes, then it has a meaning. And you know what? What are the planets that do superb on Dagda Rashis? Superb. Rahu and Ketu. And out of which Rahu on the Dagdha Rashi is a multi-millionaire yoga. Rahu on a Dagdha Rashi can make you a superb entrepreneur, multi-millionaire, especially Rahu, because you have burning desires to accumulate power, wealth, and luxury. राहु को क्या चाहिए? पावर चाहिए, wealth चाहिए, luxury चाहिए. He needs to be on that skyrocket bar in Dubai in a five-star hotel, smoking the most expensive cigar with a scotch in hand and enjoying the luxury. This is definition of Rahu. And he needs it. And then you put that Rahu on a frying pan, on that burning plate. He'll jump. And when the dasha comes, the person will try his level best to reach to that highest level. That is why when you look at the horoscope of Jeff Bezos, who is Jeff Bezos? Who is Jeff Bezos? The founder of, come on guys, you live on Earth, right? You are not from Pluto or from Neptune. Who is Jeff Bezos? The founder of Amazon. You order Amazon every day, right? You want to buy a toothbrush, electric toothbrush, that Mercury Rahu combination, you go to Amazon. Let's buy it from Amazon. He's the one who started Amazon. He was very badly hit by his wife. All the ladies who marry rich people and they want to divorce a rich guy and want to take a lot of money from that rich guy are inspired by Mrs. Jeff Bezos, because she did the same. She was the first one to take a lot of money from Jeff. Very nicely, done motivation story. Mrs. Hardik Pandya and all those ladies who've become, millionaires by marrying someone and then getting divorced to someone are actually very much inspired by Mrs. Jeff Bezos. She did the same with Jeff. And in America, the rules are very strict. Whatever wealth you have, if you are divorcing, you'll have to give 50% straight, no bargains. I don't know if this is true because this is what I was told, right? Most of a fortune. Then he did that. Then he said, अब वो ले गई तो पूरी दुनिया को ही दे देते. Then he, right, it just gave it. But in US, there are prenups that works in US. I don't know what is prenups. My English is weak. I seriously don't know what is a prenups. This you don't know. Right. So anyways, you can explain me someday because when it comes to these terms, I am also a toddler. So, you see, Rahu Ketu, if you have it on the Dagdha Rashi in your horoscope, or marriage agreements, or marriage contracts. Actually, I signed a register when I was getting married in a Gurudwara. My name, her name, my sign, and Pathi ji's sign. चलो जी ब्याह हो गया, चलो करानो हुन हो जो निकलो इथों हो जो डंडी. That's what what marriage is in India, but I don't know. So if you have Rahu Ketu on Dagdha Rashis, you are lucky. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, having Rahu Ketus on Dagdha Rashis and then the Dasha comes, superb. It is one of the best input when you can become a fantastic entrepreneur. Because you will behave like a rocket. Why like a rocket? Because rocket is burning. And when it is burning, it goes up. Right? उसके आग लगी होती है. जैसे आप हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, क्या इतनी जल्दी है, क्या आग लगी हुई है, बोलते हैं ना, इसको आग लगी हुई है, इसको जल्दी है. पेरेंट्स आर यूजिंग दीज वर्ड्स फॉर न्यू जेंजीज. इनको तो आग लगी हुई है आज की डेट में, बिकॉज दे वांट टू रीच टू द हाईएस्ट लेवल सो क्विकली. एंड व्हेन you have a planet on Dagdha Rashi, like I have my Jupiter on my Dagdha Rashi. I had this burning desire to change the rituals of astrology and to bring people back to reality rather than in superstitions. You see, whenever you see my transit video or any video on YouTube, does it have fear? Does it have superstitions? The answer is no. It has logical explanation. Logical explanation. So my Jupiter and my Saturn is also on Dagdha Rashi. Saturn in the Dagdha Rashi is because of which I am working for 12, 14 hours. My competitor say इसको इतना काम करने की क्या जरूरत है? Why is working so much? Because they don't know I have Saturn on the Dagdha Rashi. I'm burning all the time to work. If you have Venus on the Dagdha Rashi, you're burning for financial, management. So every planet has its own significance on the Dagdha Rashi. And I'm going to write the Tithi and then the Dagdha Rashi. So you can make note of this. I'm going to write it on the whiteboard. So Pratipada. Pratipada is the first Tithi. And the Rashi is 7 and 10, which is Libra and Capricorn. Then the second Tithi, Dvitya. And all these Tithis are of both Krishna Paksh and Shukla Paksh, okay? Dvitya, 9 and 12. Tritiya, third Tithi, 5 and 10. 5 and 10 are zodiac signs, Rashis. Means Leo and Capricorn. Chaturthi Tithi. Chaturthi. It's 2 and 11. Okay. Then Panchami, which is the fifth lunar day. 3 and 6. Then comes Shashti, the sixth lunar day. Shashti Swami Shukra, 1 and 5. Okay. Then comes Saptami, Shani hota hai iska planet association, 7th lunar day, 4 and 9. Then Ashtami, Krishna was born on Ashtami. Planet association, Rahu. Okay. Ashtami, 3 and 6. Then Navami. Navami, Shri Ram was born on Navami. Again starting from Surya. Surya. Ketu doesn't have any tithi. Navami, 5 and 8 are Dagdha Rashis. Then Dashami. Dashmi is again 5 and 8. Ekadashi, 9 and 12. Then we have Dwadashi, 7 and 10. Then we have Trayodashi, 2 and 5 as we speak. Then Chaturdashi, the 14th lunar day, especially in the Krishna Paksha. So we call it as K14. K14, Shukla Paksha, S14, Chaudhvi Tithi. K14 is very, very inauspicious to take birth. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Four Tithis are Dagdha in both Krishna and Shukla. But Krishna is not good. It is known as Chaturdashi Dosha. Chaturdashi Dosha. And I've seen people suffering like anything when they are born in Krishna Chaturdashi. Their life goes upside down. Purnima, none. No Dagda Rashi. Amavasya, none. Because Amavasya there is no light, and Purnima, the entire light is on the Chandra. So straight reflection is going back and forth. So these are the Rashis that gets Dagda on a particular Tithi. Have you all understood? Burnt. How it is created, how Tithis are created, and how Dagda Tithis work. There's a whole lot of subject, very different class. I can teach that for like 1 month. But you'll get, since you have that basic guidelines with you, have that basic clarity with you, you can learn a lot on Dagda Rashis. How Dagda Rashis are good. They're not always negative, they're positive also. But when I say burn, there is something known as Dagda Nakshatra as well, and everyone has a Dagda Nakshatra in his or her horoscope. Which is the Dagda Nakshatra? The nakshatra in which you have your planet Sun, Surya. In whichever nakshatra your Surya is sitting, that becomes your Dagda Nakshatra. Am I clear? Dagda Rashi calculation was typical. Little difficult. You might have questions. How come 2-5? How come 1-7? How come 3-8? It's because of astronomical angle on that tithi. You can go beyond to see that how this 12 degree gives that light to that particular Rashi. Astronomical angles. You need to study astronomy for it. But for Dagda Nakshatras, you're not supposed to do anything. Even if it is Amavasya, Tamishiji. Amavasya means sun and moon are close. They're in the same nakshatra, same degrees, maybe same pada. But still, sun will be in a particular nakshatra, and sun has burnt the significations of that nakshatra. The importance of that nakshatra, the message of that nakshatra, you are not going to value. You see, this is Surya, okay? Suppose this is Surya, this is Sun, okay? This is Sun. You have Rashis here, and beyond that, you have Nakshatras here. This Surya cannot burn this Nakshatra. It's very far away, and Nakshatra is on the higher belt. It's on a very higher belt. Surya will not be able to burn it. But what happens is that you have karmas stored in the nakshatras. All your prarabdha is stored in the nakshatra. So what happens with that? When that moon tries to fetch, or even sun tries to fetch those karma from that nakshatra, till the time it reaches to the sun and it comes to you, because the job of the planet is to visit the nakshatra, take out the karma and deliver it to you like a Swiggy or a Zomato guy. That's what I told you in the last class. But here sun is burning. So when he goes to fetch that karma, the significations get burnt. Hello? Significations means the karma before reaching you, they get destroyed. So that means that in whichever nakshatra Surya is sitting in your horoscope, you are not going to value the karmas associated with that nakshatra. You're not going to value. And God forbidden, if it is 10th nakshatra from your moon, there are certain very important nakshatras from the moon. From the moon. Like 10th nakshatra from your moon nakshatra is your karma nakshatra. Like we have a 10th house, like from the moon. So imagine my moon is Anuradha. I mean, my moon is in Anuradha. So from Anuradha is 1, then Jyeshtha is 2, then Mula is 3. So you count this way and reach to the 10th nakshatra, which is technically your karma nakshatra. For everyone, standard rule. Wherever your moon is, count moon's first nakshatra as 1 and then go to the 10th nakshatra from the moon, which is your karma nakshatra. And suppose sun sits there. What is going to happen? You have a good work, you have a good job, but you will never value it. You will never value it. I will show you with an example. I'll take a Navatara Chakra as a base and I will show you, 16th nakshatra, 18th nakshatra, 19th nakshatra, 22nd nakshatra, 25th nakshatra, and 27th nakshatra. These are the nakshatras that are very, very important and they have special significance in somebody's life. Like 10th is karma, 16th is known as Sangeeta. Sangeeta means your partner, your spouse, your close groups. So you should never have Surya in the 16th nakshatra from the moon. Solma, 1-6. If you have it, you are not going to value your spouse, your relationships, your partnerships. क्योंकि सूर्य ने उसका कर्म, उसका सिग्निफिकेंस ही जला दिया, is burnt it. If the Surya is in the 18th nakshatra from your 18th nakshatra from your moon, so from the moon you start counting, reach to the 18th nakshatra, you find sun there. Surya is sitting in that nakshatra. Wow. It's what we are achieving in life. These are your achievements, and you are not going to value your achievements. Always crying, not valuing what you've done, what you've achieved. In the 19th, it is known as Adhana Nakshatra, where you have creations, fathers, establishments, settlements. These people never feel they are settled. They will not value their establishments. They will never value their gurus, teachers, and mentors. 22nd nakshatra is destroyer, that helps you to destruct. Similarly, 25th nakshatra is Manas, mentality. How much pressure can you bear? You're not able to bear the pressure. It's burnt. And then the 27th nakshatra, the last one, if you have sun, you're going to destroy your self honor. That is why people born on Amavasya, they have serious mental issues. There is hidden anxiety and stress 24 by 7, 365 days in their mind. They are stressed all the time. It is not a good idea to be born on Amavasya. In fact, I would say Purnima too. Namami says, sir, we have to take sunrise tithi of the birth Dagdha Rashi. My birth is at 9:18 in the morning. Then the Pratipada tithi was there. But in sunrise, it was Purnima. No, we have to take the tithi, which is running at the time of the birth, not the sunrise tithi, okay? So if the sunrise was 5 o'clock, there was a different tithi. I'll give you an example. Like I've just made a video on Sharat Purnima. Purnima starts at 12:23 p.m. on 6th, on Monday. But in the morning, the tithi is Chaturdashi. So if a child is born at 9 o'clock in the morning, Chaturdashi. If the child is born at 12:30 p.m., Purnima. So at sunrise, it was Chaturdashi. 12:30 baje Purnima ho gayi. So you are born in Purnima. Because your birth time is real time birth. It's not the sunrise. But when we are considering festivals, we definitely consider the sunrise tithi to tell ki aaj kya hai. But Purnima is a night. So that is why on 6th we have Purnima. Purnima means the night. It's a night thing. It is related to Chandra because on 7th night, Purnima finishes at 9:20 or 9:12 in the morning on 7th. So on 7th night, it is not going to be Purnima. That is why we are celebrating Purnima on 6th night. And we are fasting on 6th night. Purnima fasting is sunrise to sunrise. Always 24 hours. Try to keep Purnima Ekadashi fast for 24 hours, sunrise to sunrise. Don't break your fast in the night after you've seen the moon. जल चढ़ाया, चलो खाना खाते हैं. हो गया फास्ट, बहुत रख लिया 12 घंटे. Don't do that. If you want to keep a fast, like Shivratri, Maharatri, it's like sunrise to sunrise. Always remember this. जहां 12 घंटे रखा, चुप जाओ, थोड़ा दूध पियो, सो जाओ. At least you will be very, very happy in the morning that I kept this fast for 24 hours. Important है यार, important है. You go to a temple, Pandit will say, अच्छा शाम को खाना खाओ, खत्म करो. Don't do that. Don't do that. But when you will keep come to me crying and saying, Guruji, तबीयत खराब होती है, शाम को खत्म कर सकते हैं, तो I will also say, okay, do it. Why would I force you to keep a fast जिससे आपकी तबीयत खराब हो? So in this lecture, we have identified Dagdha Rashi and Dagdha Nakshatra. But I need 1.5 hours to create a Navatara table for you. Then we write moon as the first nakshatra and then we circle the 10th nakshatra, the 22nd nakshatra, the 16th nakshatra, the 19th nakshatra, and then write what you are not going to value because of this thing. That needs an hour of time. That is why I said that we'll have to do this class in 2 lectures. It was very important to make you understand what is Dagdha. Utkarsh says, Guruji, any tithi which is considered positive, I'm sure there will be some positive. Lot of tithis are positive. Like my personal favorite is Panchami tithi, associated with Jupiter. I like Navmi also. I like Ekadashi also. Because there are certain tithis in which, the moon is powerful. तो किसमें मून पावरफुल होगा बताओ? जब मून बड़ा होता जा रहा है ना, सो यू टेक समवेयर फ्रॉम कृष्ण, शुक्ल, हाँ, शुक्ला पंचमी तिथि यू कैन टेक, और शुक्ल अष्टमी तिथि यू कैन टेक. Shukla Ashtami means the Chandra was small and then became bigger, 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 bigger. तो अष्टमी के पास वो अच्छा स्ट्रॉन्ग चंद्रमा दिखने लग गया. सो शुक्ला अष्टमी, शुक्ला नवमी, शुक्ला दशमी, शुक्ला एकादशी, शुक्ला द्वादशी, here moon is strong up till Purnima. So I said Shukla Chaturdashi is not bad. The 14th lunar day of Shukla Paksh is not bad because moon is big. So from, you can say from Shukla Ashtami to somewhere going back to maybe Krishna Panchami, moon is big. After that it goes down, 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 and then zero. So naturally, if you want to look in the horoscope, the moon is strong or not, simply you see the size of the moon in Krishna Paksh and Shukla Paksh corresponding to the Tithi, you can say the moon is strong or weak. Have you understood? Sir, when we calculate distance of nakshatra of the moon to the sun, do we count? Yes, we count the moon nakshatra. So for me, if you suppose my you know Surya is in Shravana, imagine, and my Chandra is in Anuradha. So Anuradha moon number 1, then Jeshta number 2, Mula number 3, then Purvashada number 4, Uttarashada number 5, right? And then the next Uttarashada Shravana number 6. Huh? So my Surya is 6 places away from moon. So we will definitely count the moon nakshatra as a unit. Number 1 is the moon. From there we count second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and all, so on. That is why the last nakshatra will be 27th. Otherwise, moon will become the 27th nakshatra from the moon. So we have to add 1 with the moon nakshatra. So until you come to my next class, you should know in tips that which is your Dagdha nakshatra. Okay? The nakshatra whose significations have been burnt for you, you are not going to realize the karma associated with that nakshatra. So we'll create a Navatara table, then we'll highlight where is your sun, then we will count from moon to the sun, it has gone in which number nakshatra, and then I'll tell you the significance. And out of which there are certain significances that are very, very important. And after we have done this class, I will share a complete notes that we made in Nakshatra 7 class, in the previous batch, that will come to you after the next class, not before the class, okay? I'll share those notes of this entire 2 lectures in your group so that you can quickly read and keep them as as reference. My Janma Nakshatra is Pushya and Sun is in Punarvasu, 27th Nakshatra. Guruji, if the Sun is in the 8th Nakshatra from the moon, how will that? That's Vinita, that's what I said. I'll create a table and then I'm going to teach you. I want to teach you the significance. I need 1.5 hours for this. That is why in the beginning of the class I said that we will do this class in 2 classes. Right, Vinita? So we are going to discuss this in detail. For some nakshatras, there's going to be no effect. Don't worry. But for some nakshatras, there's going to be a heavy effect. You have to see whether you're lucky or unlucky. That's what we teach in the upcoming class. That is what I want you to digest for this class, at least an hour. You know, Dagdha, for many of you, this is a new word, Dagdha. By that time, I'll send Richaji's video. Roji, so people born on Diwali still be inauspicious. Yes, Namisha, inauspicious, not good. Stress, tension, mental anxiety. Amavasya is a dosha. Krishna Chaturdashi is a dosha. It is a curse coming from Shiva. Straight, it's a curse coming from Shiva. And we can find out the curse through Karam Vipak Samhita. What curse? What have you done wrong? For which there is suffering. That's our next course. I'm going to launch Karam Vipak Sahita course with you people, where we will find out every nakshatra and every pada of a nakshatra is the reason for your birth. And that reason is a curse. And what is that curse? We see it in the Navamsha, and there are 5 principles in the Navamsha that we have to check to understand the curse of your past life. And during my consultations, I tell you about your curse and I give you remedies. And many times I don't want to scare you, but I know this is the curse, and I tell you in a very subtle way until you become capable of understanding what I'm saying. So I don't directly tell your curses of your life from the previous life, because you'll get depressed. But I know I said something related to children, something related to your wife, something related to your temperament issues and all. And I have done a podcast with Speaking Tree last week, where I have trained, or maybe it's a 3 hours podcast. So it will come in 2 sections, 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour, where I have explained a very special technique to understand your past life, your Purva Janma. Very powerful technique I have, taught there. It will be released soon. It will be a great learning experience for you people also. Yes, Advait. Shukla Chaturdashi is safe. Krishna Chaturdashi is not safe. I've seen great people being born in Krishna Chaturdashi, but hell lot of struggle. They've burned. They've burned. Yeah, 4 Rashis get burnt. Here in every Tithi, only 2 Rashis are getting burnt. And these Rashis are getting burnt with very low energy of Chandra, zero energy of Chandra. You don't have strength to fight. जिंदगी में मुश्किल आए, मैं कहता हूं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट हमारे में हिम्मत होनी चाहिए ना लड़ने की. उस समय प्रॉब्लम आए जब हिम्मत ना हो, दैट्स डिजास्टर. When you are 20 years old, if a bone fractures, you will recover. When you are 90-year-old and the bone fracture, what will happen to you? वो जुड़ेगी नहीं. एक एक साल नहीं, 2-2 साल जुड़ता नहीं है, and the patient dies on the bed. Krishna Chaturdashi struggle is there. The only way to come out of the curse of Krishna Chaturdashi is to become avid devotee of Shiva. Shiva will take the Chaturdashi curse like this. With a blink of eye, he will finish the curse and bless you. Dedicate your life to Mahadev if you're born on Krishna Chaturdashi. Give your life to Mahadev. Bas. कोई उपाय नहीं इसका. We've done very powerful upayas in Shiv Mahapuran. See, Shiv, without Shiv Mahapuran, Jyotish is nothing. You will never come to know the most powerful remedies of the world if you've not learned Shiv Mahapuran. Chalo. They have more burning desires, Rekha. Of course, you're right. And then they have burning desires, but they don't have a strong moon. They don't have a strong mind. What a tragedy.